Soo-yuk walks out of prison after serving 10 years. Outside the gate, he finds a luxury car waiting for him with a business card from Kaiser Group placed on the seat. From a distance, two men keep watch, making sure the car reaches him as instructed. Soo-yuk studies the card for a moment, then gets into the car. His new life begins now. This is a man of reason. Meanwhile, inside a high-rise building, Mafia boss Park Unuk sits in his private sauna with his subordinate Sung-joon. They discuss Soo-yuk's release. Unuk explains that Soo-yuk once worked for their group and hopes he might return. When Sung-joon offers to approach him, Unuk refuses. He wants to see how Soo-yuk has changed and orders Sung-joon to keep his distance and watch quietly. At the same time, in an old church marked for demolition, a priest listens to Woo-jin confess his past. Woo-jin recalls being bullied as a child and praying for his tormentors to go to hell. Not long after, they disappeared without a trace. The priest listens closely and tries to comfort him. Unseen by the priest, Jina slips inside and plants explosives. When someone outside calls for Woo-jin, he knocks the priest unconscious. Moments later, Jina detonates the bombs, destroying the church and killing the priest. Smoke fills the air as the building collapses. Woo-jin and Jina are revealed to be assassins known as the Washer, hired to clear the land for Kaiser Group. Elsewhere, Soo-yuk drives the car that was given to him. On the way, he looks at a ring and remembers his past with Min-soo. When he finally visits her, Min-soo greets him with anger, still hurt by his 10-year absence. She tells him how she struggled to raise a child on her own, then introduces him to her daughter, In-bi. Soo-yuk is stunned to realize he has a 10-year-old daughter. The story shifts back 10 years earlier. At that time, Soo-yuk was still working with Unuk and Sung-joon. Focused only on his role as an enforcer, he ignored Min-soo's calls. One night, he went to a nightclub to meet their boss, Jongnam. Without warning, Soo-yuk attacked Jongnam and his men in a violent fight, killing Jongnam with a knife. That act sent him to prison for 10 years and allowed his group to take control of the city's illegal businesses. Back in the present, Soo-yuk visits Kaiser Group to meet Unuk. There, he sees how Unuk has built a powerful business using the money taken after their boss's death. Sung-joon, feeling threatened, tries to intimidate Soo-yuk with arrogance, but Soo-yuk stays calm. When they finally stand before Unuk, Sung-joon immediately acts obedient. Unuk welcomes Soo-yuk warmly and offers him a high position with wealth, urging him to return. Soo-yuk refuses, explaining that he wants a peaceful life after learning he has a daughter. Enraged, Sung-joon tries to hit him, but Unuk orders him to stop. Unuk then offers Soo-yuk a bag of money as a release gift. Soo-yuk walks away without touching it. Surprised, Unuk tells Sung-joon to keep watch but not interfere. Sung-joon, frustrated and jealous of the attention Soo-yuk receives, begins to plot on his own. Meanwhile, Min-soo visits a doctor and learns she has severe anemia that requires immediate surgery. Unable to afford treatment, she refuses care and hides the illness from In-bi so her daughter will not worry. Elsewhere, Soo-yuk reconnects with his old friend Junho, now running a small restaurant. Junho recalls the hardship he faced after Soo-yuk went to prison. Sung-joon once attacked his base and burned it down, killing most of his men. Forced to flee, Junho escaped to China with his wife and daughter, but life there was difficult. Eventually, he returned to Korea and begged Sung-joon for permission to live quietly. Now, he warned Soo-yuk not to see him again for the sake of his family's safety.
중국에서 만났어요. 거기서 눌러 앉을까 생각도 했는데 뭐까지 막 쳐부는데
Ignoring Unuk's orders, Sung-joon decides to take matters into his own hands. He confronts Soo-yuk, but Soo-yuk's cold indifference only fuels his anger. Determined, Sung-joon hires Woo-jin and Jina, the assassin pair known as the Washer. He pays them a huge sum to kill Soo-yuk and stage it as an accident. The pair accepts eagerly, since the payment is the largest they have ever received. One morning, Min-soo takes In-bi to school. Soo-yuk arrives with a gift for his daughter. Min-soo pulls him aside and asks if he's ready to live a normal life. In the middle of their talk, her anemia suddenly worsens and she collapses. Soo-yuk rushes her to the hospital, but heavy traffic blocks the road, and her condition turns critical. Desperate, he takes an unpaved shortcut to reach the main road faster. As soon as they return, A black car slams into them at high speed. The crash, staged by Woo Jin and Jina, leaves Min Soo fatally injured. She dies from her wounds, and Soo Yuk, broken with grief, is forced to sign her death certificate.
근데 김민서 씨, 저희 병원에서 치료 중이셨네요. 유감입니다.
That night, Soo Yuk goes to Min Soo's apartment to pick up In-bi. The girl waits outside, feeding stray cats, unaware of what has happened. With a heavy heart, he tells her that her mother has died. Before they can grieve, Woo Jin and Jina attack again. Soo Yuk pushes In-bi inside and prepares to fight. Woo Jin comes at him with a nail gun, while Jina slips into the apartment to snatch In-bi. Soo Yuk, pulling nails from his own body, fights through the pain. In the corridor, he manages to overpower Woo Jin, knocking him out and tying him in the back of a car. At the same time, Jina takes In-bi to an abandoned amusement park. She locks the girl in a cage and sets a guard dog nearby. Then she calls Soo Yuk, warning him that if he wants his daughter alive, he must give up his life in exchange for Min Soo's death. Determined, Soo Yuk drags the unconscious Woo Jin under a bridge, where the sound of traffic hides his screams. He tortures him for information, breaking his shoulder and choking him until he nearly dies. Checking his phone, Soo Yuk finds repeated calls from Sung Joon and realizes he was the one who ordered the attack on his family. Enraged by the truth, Soo Yuk drives straight to the Kaiser Group Hotel to confront him. He crashes his car through the front entrance and beats down the guards who rush to stop him. Grabbing Sung Joon, he drags him to the pool and demands to know where In-bi is. When Sung Joon denies knowing, the confrontation erupts into a violent fight in the hotel lobby. Big brother, Unuk's loyal bodyguard, joins the battle and strikes at Soo Yuk. In the chaos, Sung Joon snatches a rifle and fires recklessly, tearing apart the hotel interior. Amid the destruction, Soo Yuk manages to escape with Woo Jin, who finally reveals where In-bi is being held. At the hideout, In-bi desperately tries to free herself by using a metal bar to pry the lock. Before she can escape, Jina blocks her path. She gives the girl a cruel choice: run and let her mother die, or stay and see her again. Unaware that Min Soo is already dead, In-bi chooses to stay. Meanwhile, Sung Joon faces Unuk about the disaster at the hotel. Unuk, furious at his disobedience, demands an explanation. When Sung Joon lies and blames outside enemies, Unuk orders his loyal bodyguard to shatter his shin. In agony, Sung Joon confesses. He admits that he hired assassins to kill Soo Yuk and reveals his deep jealousy of the respect and trust Soo Yuk receives. Unuk responds coldly. He tells Sung Joon that Soo Yuk is different, a man of principle who honors his word, while Sung Joon only pursues profit and will eventually betray anyone.
근데 저한테만 뭐라고 하십니까?
눈앞에 무서운 게 안 보이지?
That night, Woo Jin takes Soo Yuk to a broken bridge for the planned exchange. On the way, he speaks about his past. He recalls years of bullying and how he took revenge by burning his own house with the bullies trapped inside. To him and Jina, killing is not survival, but an art. They see Min Soo's death as a debt that Soo Yuk must repay with his own life. Soon after, Jina arrives on a motorcycle at full speed, but In-bi is not with her as promised. At that moment, Woo Jin suddenly jumps out of the car and hurls a bomb into Soo Yuk's vehicle. Soo Yuk manages to throw it out just before it explodes. Feeling betrayed, he launches into a desperate chase after the two assassins. The pursuit turns into a deadly game. Woo Jin and Jina keep tossing bombs to block him, but Soo Yuk, once an ambulance driver, uses his sharp reflexes and skill to evade every blast. On a narrow stretch of road, he slams the brakes and spins his car around. The sudden move causes Woo Jin and Jina to lose control and crash onto the pavement. Cornering them, Soo-yuk demands to know where In-bi is. Ji-na mocks him, saying In-bi once claimed she had no father and that he should accept her death. Enraged, Soo-yuk fires a nail gun into her shoulder. Seeing her collapse, Woo-jin panics, surrenders, and agrees to lead Soo-yuk to In-bi. When they reach the hideout, Woo-jin is stunned. His guard dog lies dead, and Big Brother is already inside, holding In-bi hostage. Woo-jin grabs a metal bar and charges, but Big Brother strikes him down with a single blow. The fight then shifts to Soo-yuk. He battles Big Brother in a vicious struggle, but the enforcer proves stronger. Big Brother ties Soo-yuk's legs and strangles him with a rope. At the last moment, Woo-jin, barely conscious, stabs Big Brother in the neck. Before dying, Big Brother lands a final crushing blow on him. Soo-yuk breaks free from the rope and rushes to In-bi, softly telling her that he is her father.
누구세요, 아저씨?
집에 가자, MB야.
Before they can leave, Soo-yuk notices Ji-na has set dozens of bombs and spilled fuel across the hideout. The timer begins to tick down. With no time to waste, he grabs In-bi and leaps into a nearby pool. The bombs detonate, engulfing the building in flames as they disappear underwater. The next morning, Woo-jin and Ji-na, badly injured from the blast, attempt to flee to New York in a stolen car. They plan to disappear until the situation cools down. On the way, their vehicle stalls at a quiet intersection. Before they can fix it, another car slams into them at high speed, flipping their vehicle. The driver is Sung-jun, who has come to eliminate them after failing to stop Soo-yuk. Sung-jun watches with satisfaction as they struggle in pain. Confident that they are finished, he lets his guard down. Summoning the last of her strength, Ji-na fires a nail to his neck. Moments later, Soo-yuk walks by with In-bi, who is still shaken from the ordeal. From the wrecked car, he takes Min-soo's necklace as a final keepsake. Without sparing another look at his enemies, he continues walking, focused only on his daughter. For Soo-yuk, nothing else matters now. Sung-jun, Woo-jin, and Ji-na are left fatally wounded, dying at the scene. His only concern is In-bi's safety. The film closes with Soo-yuk beginning a new life with his daughter. He takes on the role of a devoted father, teaching her values and leaving his violent past behind. Despite all the hardship and the loss of Min-soo, Soo-yuk finally finds peace, dedicating himself to protecting In-bi with love. So the moral of the story is, if you ever get out of prison and a mafia boss offers you money, a car, and a welcome back job, maybe just say no, hug your kid, and stay far away from anyone carrying a nail gun.